Good evening, Gusties, and welcome to your last episode of GAC TV for the semester. I'm Shelby Wilds.
And I'm Carl Cronin. As the snow is falling and our grades are going up in smoke, we look forward to finally getting through to Christmas break.
Speaking of smoke, our first story of the night is about the use of tobacco on the Gustavus campus. So to find out what this debate is all about, I interviewed both the Tobacco Free Initiative and their opposition.
In the United States right now, there's currently about 1,600 tobacco-free campuses. In Minnesota, there's actually around 52 tobacco-free campuses. And in the MIAC specifically, there's 3 of them. Those are including Bethel, St. Kate's, and then St. Thomas will be going tobacco-free here in January.
Last year, Dawn Comstock, who was a senior at the time, worked on this project as an intern. And one of her big assignments was, and this is something she did in the spring, was to find people who would carry this project on over. And she asked us, and we got involved, and we, at the time, didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. But I think that we both identified this as something that's important and the right move for the school.
We're the Gustavus Philosophers Guild, and we kind of feel like it was our job when this initiative came up on campus. It was something we felt passionate about, kind of protecting the rights of everyone at Gustavus. As philosophers, we like to talk about freedoms and rights and all that good stuff, and we recognize that our campus is full of 18-year-olds who would be consenting to smoke, and we think they should have a right to do that, just like 21-year-olds have a right to drink on campus and all the other rights that come along with just being a human and being a student at Gustavus.
I think one kind of misconception that people have about us is that we're motivated purely by the health reasons, primarily secondhand smoke and cancer and that type of thing. And we definitely identify that as something that's extremely important. But we also think that there are reasons besides that why Gustavus would benefit from a tobacco-free policy that we kind of like to tell people about. One of them is the financial impact that it would have on the school. So because the school employs, or it pays insurance for its employees, having tobacco-free policy would reduce the insurance premiums of the school. Around 60% of employers in the U.S. have tobacco-free policies on their work site. This type of policy would prepare Gustavus students for the future. Increase environmental advocacy by reducing the litter caused by chewing tobacco, as well as cigarette butts.
It's simple freedom. When you get down to it, it's a civil rights issue, I think, that as consenting adults, we can choose what we want to do with our own bodies. And for an administrative body to come in and say, no, you can't do this, you should know better, I think that's kind of, I find it offensive.
I mean, are they going to have to start looking around for people smoking cigarettes now, too? Especially when it's outside and it's away from buildings and not really causing harm to others. I think it's just an added kind of inappropriate for the campus safety officers to have to worry about that now.
Big Tobacco spends millions of dollars a day on marketing and advertising alone. Legally, the youngest group that they can market to is college students. And part of that is because, and another reason why they market so strongly to them is because building brand loyalty, you want to get it at a young age. So they really market to a younger demographic. So we see this type of policy as something that's going to change the way that people see tobacco and as a result change behavior with tobacco.
So you're requiring students to go off campus to smoke at night in the winter. There's ice. I mean, you're basically forcing people to go out into town alone to just to smoke a cigarette. I don't know. That just seems like an unnecessary risk on the part of the campus, in my opinion.
Yeah, rather than shaming smokers into going off campus, we should support them and maybe do something like advocacy for more quit plans, or sort of kind of get that known right now rather than saying that smokers just can't smoke.
So cessation services are products that can help someone who wants to quit smoking or using tobacco, help them quit. So there's been some rumors that the cessation services, those products are being withheld unless the policy passed, almost as a form of leverage. And we want to make it really clear that that's not the case, that health services really excited to work with any student who is wanting to quit. And we think that's a really important piece.
So I think one measure that's coming up that's very significant is a survey is going to be released next Monday on December 9th. That'll stay open until December 23rd, so right about after finals. And we think that everybody should really take a chance to look at this survey and state their opinion, whatever it is. We want to get as many participants as we possibly can. It gives the best overview of how Gustavus students and faculty feel about this.
Just really want people to think about the issue, whether or not they side with us. We just want people to have thought about their freedoms and what this would mean at Gustavus and what it looks like. And also, Philosophers Guild meets Wednesdays at 7 o'clock in the basement of Old Main. If anyone's interested, we talk about this kind of stuff and a lot of other philosophical, fun things.
Our end goal is to get this policy passed, and kind of our means of getting there is to find people who are interested in this, who do support this, get their support. So we have a petition going that's got about 450 signatures on it right now, and it's growing every day. And we also have endorsements for student organizations and departments.
I think the main goal of the Own Yourself Committee is just to get students to think. We ultimately would like this initiative to be defeated. I mean, we think of this as it's solving an unnecessary problem. I think there's a lot of other things that people could focus on campus to fix rather than tobacco. So just generally what we really want is students to actually think about it when they see the Survey Monkey, because plenty of students see Survey Monkeys and they'll say, oh, tobacco's bad, and then vote yes. But I want people to actually critically think about it, and that's kind of what we're here to do, is to make people think.
So remember, Gusties, to follow up on these two initiatives, to ensure that you know exactly what's going on with the use of tobacco on our campus. Keep your eye out for what's next. Reporting for GAC TV, I'm Shelby Wilds.
And now for the last question of the week for 2013, our reporters Elena and Devin asked Gusties what they do to prepare for finals, or not do to prepare for finals.
How do you prepare for finals?
How do I prepare? I think probably in my experience, the best way to prepare for finals is first, getting a good healthy amount of milk in my system.
Yeah, strong bones.
Yeah, after that, strong minds, enough protein.
How do you get ready for finals? Are you kidding me? I fell asleep in the library last night for a good 2 hours. I drink lots of coffee. What else do I do?
I put on some comfy clothes, get in a good studying mood, and drink a lot of water.
Of water. Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good for your brain.
Read.
Read what?
Readings.
I think it's important to balance that with some social time, You're not going to see these people for a few weeks. Maybe you're going abroad.
Study some, hang out with my buddies quite a bit, actually, because I need to relax.
But when it actually comes to studying, you don't really.
I try, but yeah, it doesn't always go very well.
Okay, well, I do a lot of crying and some Netflix and some Oreos with peanut butter, Nutella sometimes, and then I jump around a lot and I sit and I think, and of course I talk.
And also just balancing that with going to work out to clear your mind, talking with a friend, just taking those breaks. That's what really helps me, is taking breaks and making sure I have a plan before I start to study.
I hopefully have at least read the chapter, so I'm just reviewing it and not reading the chapters for the first time the night before. So that's kind of my big thing that I try to do to prepare at this point.
I really had to go study for a test.
He's got to go study. That's why we can't have this interview.
Party really hard before it's worth it, and then sleep, and then study.
I sleep.
And you? Well, he stole my idea because I said I sleep. So
the best way to get ready for finals is to have started 3 months ago.
At the beginning of the school year.
To prepare for the finals.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, it's really just about staying calm, being confident in the material, and working on those things that you have concern that you don't know everything you'd like to know about.
Thanks, Elena and Devin. And remember, vote for Carl Crone for St. Lucia.
Actually, don't. Vote for one of the 6 sophomore women nominated for the court and attend the St. Lucia chapel service during chapel break next Thursday.
And don't be too upset if they wake you up with their singing at 5 a.m. And that's all we have for you tonight. I'm Carl Cronin, signing off for the last time this year.
And I'm Shelby Wilds.
Keep it classy, Gustavus.
The library, I eat, I sleep, bathroom, Netflix, Oreos, all of it.
But how does that help you prepare for finals?
He said that was a swear. We can't have swears on this show.
Too bad. I don't know what number it is. It's what it's called.
I hope you fail your finals.
So I'm here with Sprinkles. Why do they call you Sprinkles?
That's not the question of the week.
Okay, almighty one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got that on film?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.